What a fantastic improvement from Junon and DJ Tkacha. They're really pushing the pedal to the metal today. It's like they found a hidden turbo button or something. Can't wait to see if they can keep that momentum going for the next lap. Aminisan has surged into P2, successfully overtaking Kazishu. Fiery and Unipoki have both advanced to 5 by passing LPOSD from Team Starline Pixels. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Vasilok have climbed to P8 after overtaking Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg. Det betyder för mig också att du carried Suzanne Greenberg. Kazishuk in the Pagani Zonda R, and Fiery in the Koenigsegg 1 are locked in a tight battle for P3, with both drivers exchanging positions as they navigate the corners. Unipoki is closely trailing, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Meanwhile, Hugo 3 in another Pagani Zonda R is engaged in a fight for 5 against El SD, who is maneuvering the Porsche 918 Spider. Both cars are pushing their limits as they race through the track. Okayoka 3 and Sir Ironbot have successfully moved up to P8 after overtaking Astro Sniper and Paradox. The dynamics of the race are shifting as these drivers find their rhythm and look for further opportunities. Hey, Shipbro man. Welcome back. Automobile dashing away, buckle up and get ready for some high-speed AI action. Glad to have you here. Dimin 27 and Vasilok have successfully overtaken El POSD, now holding positions at 6. Cedric has advanced to Pen by overtaking both Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg. Tsitsovati has moved into P13 after passing Boris. The race continues to see strategic maneuvers as positions shift. Cedric in the Porsche 918 Spider is currently holding on to Pen, but Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg in the Pagani Zonda R are closely tailing. Cedric is defending well, taking tight lines through the corners. Naibe attempts an overtake on the inside at turn 7, but backs out at the last moment. Meanwhile, Suzanne maintains a steady pace, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake from Cedric. The battle for Pen is intensifying as they approach the back straight. POSD has successfully moved up to 6 after overtaking both Sabina 27 and Vasilok in a decisive maneuver. Meanwhile, Sisolvi has made progress as well, advancing to Penn by overtaking Cedric. The race continues to show dynamic changes in positions as drivers push for better placements. Just Jazik and Gary No Name have successfully moved up to P11, executing a clean overtake on Cedric. The maneuver was well timed as they approached the tight corner, allowing them to utilize their speed effectively. Cedric is now in P12, trying to regroup and maintain pace. Tito Veve has successfully moved up to C7 after overtaking both Sabin 27 and Vazalov. Boris Boris has advanced to P12, gaining an edge over Cedric. Meanwhile, Andrea and Wilsofinon are steadily closing in on Nyberg and Suzanne Greenberg, reducing the gap by 2:30 seconds. Target 3 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Fiery and Anapoki by 2.4 seconds, indicating a strong pace. Meanwhile, Boris O'Boris in the Koenigsegg 1 was engaged in a tight battle for 12th position with Cedric, driving the Porsche 918 Spider. The competition is getting intense as both cars push their limits on the track. Just Jazik and Gary No Name have successfully moved into Penn, executing an overtake on both Astro Sniper and Paradox. Meanwhile, a tight battle is unfolding for P13 among Cedric, driving the Porsche 918 Spider, and both Nyby and Suzanne Greenberg, who are piloting Pagani Zonda R cars. The competition is fierce, with all three drivers pushing their limits as they vie for position. Rizaldiada has made a notable move, advancing to P23 after successfully overtaking both Feds and Amy. This positions him well as he continues to push forward in the race. Meanwhile, Feds and Amy will need to regroup and strategize for their next moves. The battle for position is heating up. Fiery and Anipaki are currently battling for 4th position, both piloting their Koenigsegg 1s. Target 3, in the Pagani Zonda R, is close behind, making this a tight three-way contest. Fiery has managed to hold onto the position, but Anipaki is applying pressure on the inside line, looking for an opportunity to overtake. Meanwhile, Hubert 3 is keeping pace, waiting for any mistake from either competitor ahead. The dynamics are shifting as they approach a technical section of the track. Unipaki takes a wider line, trying to gain speed for a potential overtake on the main straight. The race sees significant movement with the driver rapidly advancing to P21 after overtaking 4 cars. Following closely, Crenshaw also gains ground, taking P22 with another impressive 4-car overtake. Meanwhile, Mistondrex and Nukambokan are not far behind, each gaining positions to secure P23, also by overtaking 4 cars. The race dynamics are shifting as drivers push their limits to climb the standings. Zizolvevis is gaining ground on Mistondrex and Nukambokan, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Mistondrex is holding steady in position, but Zizolve's pace indicates an imminent challenge. Nukambokan appears to be slightly defensive, potentially preparing for an overtake. The dynamics in the top trio are shifting, and it will be interesting to see how this plays out in the next few laps. Duffdad and Air 40 have made significant progress, now sitting in P12, after successfully overtaking Andrevex and Wiltsufinon. Fiery and Unipaki are gaining on the leader, reducing the gap by 3.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Zizolvefi is also making moves, closing in on Crenshaw with a 2.4 second difference. The field is tightening up as the race continues. Zizolvefi has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Fiery and Unipoki by 2.5 seconds. This places Zizolvefi in a competitive position as they approach the next corner. Fiery and Unipoki are maintaining their pace, but Zizolve's acceleration is noteworthy. The race dynamics are shifting as we watch for potential overtakes in the upcoming laps. Fiery and Unipaki have advanced to P21 after successfully overtaking Zizolvefi. Meanwhile, Zizolvefi has now slipped to P22 after being overtaken by the man. Race dynamics are shifting as positions change rapidly. Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot and their Pagani Zonda are currently neck and neck with Jozik and Gary. No one naming the Brabham BT62 for the 7th position. Just moments ago, Okayoki 3 executed a clean overtake on Just Jazik, moving into 7. Sir Ironbot is now attempting to capitalize on this by closing the gap, while Gary No Name is looking to regain position against Just Jazik. The battle for Seven is heating up as they navigate through the tight corners. Astra Sniper and Paradox are currently engaged in a tight battle for P9 in their Gambola Miguon, closely pursued by Niobe and Suzanne Greenberg in the Pagani Zonda R. Cydric is making significant gains, reducing the gap to Niobe and Suzanne Greenberg by 2.7 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for that position soon. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha has successfully overtaken Issy 1212, advancing to P18.Tour. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to change. Just Jazik and Gary No Name have successfully moved into Seven, executing clean overtakes on Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha has gained 2 positions, now in 17, after overtaking Dranon and DJ Tachuk Tipte Chunya. In terms of the race dynamics, Fiery and Anipoki are closing in on Issy 1212 by 12, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Duff Dad and Air 40 have successfully moved into P11 after overtaking Cydric. Rizaldi Adha has advanced to 16, getting past both N29 Kie and Advorabliable. Issy 1212 has also gained position, now in P919 after overtaking Feds and Amy. Astra Sniper and Paradox in the Gambala Miguon have just executed a successful overtake on Duff Dad and Air 40, who are driving the Pagani Zonda R. They are now battling for 10th position. The Gambala is showing superior cornering speed as they enter the tight turn, gaining crucial ground. However, Duff Dad and Air 40 are not giving up easily, maintaining pressure as they accelerate down the straight. The gap is narrowing again as they approach the next bend. This battle for Pen is heating up with both teams displaying impressive driving skills. Zolvevi has successfully moved up to P21 after overtaking Fiery and Anipoki. The maneuver was clean, showcasing Zolvevi's precise handling in the corner. This advancement reflects a solid strategy as we progress through the race. Jochenshaw has advanced to P21, successfully overtaking both Ma Stonedrex and Nokemba Kem. In response, Ms. Stonedrex and Nokemba Kem have also gained positions, moving up to P2 by overtaking Zazolvi Dioat. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers jockey for position. The man is significantly closing the gap on Boris, now trailing by 43.8 seconds. Jazik and Gary No Name have successfully moved up to 7, overtaking both Okeoki3 and Sirairambat. There's a tight battle for 7 now, as Jazik and Gary No Name, in a Brabham BT62, are vying with Okeoki3 and Sirairambat, who are in a Pagani Zonda R. The competition remains fierce as they jockey for position. Gades has made a significant move, overtaking 4 cars to take position. 13. Right behind, El Pio SD is also gaining ground, managing to overtake 4 cars and slotting into position. 14. Meanwhile, Theo Crenshaw is steadily closing the gap on ISI 1212, reducing the distance by 5.6 seconds, indicating a potential challenge ahead. Duff Dad and Air 40 have successfully moved up to Pate after overtaking both Astro Sniper and Paradox. Meanwhile, Dizzle Beffy is making significant progress, closing the gap on Mistondrex and New Kembokum by 3.1 seconds as they continue to race ahead. Sizolbeti has successfully advanced to P23 after a notable overtake on both Mastondrex and Nukambokum. The maneuver was clean and strategic, showcasing Zizolvi's racing skills. Currently, we are observing tight pack racing ahead as the drivers jockey for position. Koki Beninati and Ujajon 7 have successfully moved up to P18 after overtaking Waziri Sky and Maya Dada. This has pushed Waziri Sky and Maya down to P19, as they also managed to overtake Bucrenshaw in the process. The dynamic is shifting as positions continue to change among these drivers. Duff Dad and Air 40 have successfully moved into 6 after overtaking Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot. The maneuver was clean and strategic, showcasing solid racing skills. In the lower positions, the man has gained a spot, now in P24, having overtaken Crenshaw. The race dynamics are tightening as positions continue to shift. Cydric is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Jazik and Gary No Name by 5.2 seconds. Binon and DJ Tachuk have advanced to P11 after successfully overtaking Feds and Amy. In response, Feds and Amy have regained momentum, moving up to P12 by getting past El Pio Estate. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. Currently, we have a tight battle for 5th place among Okayoki 3, Sir Ironbot, Duffdad, and Air 40. They are closely grouped together, with frequent position changes as they navigate the course. In the race for 8th place, Astro Sniper and Paradox, both piloting Gimbala Migwongs, are engaged in a fierce duel with Rizaldi Adha, who is driving a Pagani Zonda R. The three cars are trading positions, showcasing impressive speed and maneuverability as they attempt to gain the upper hand. Rizaldi Adha has successfully moved into 7 after overtaking Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg. LPIOSD is now in pen following an overtake on Feds and myself Amy. Meanwhile, Feds and I have advanced to Polivan after overtaking Sabini 27 and Vasilo. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Sidzolvevi has gained significant ground, now in P20 after successfully overtaking Boris O'Boris. In response, Boris O'Boris has moved up to P21, pulling off an overtake on both Junon and DJ Tachuk. Currently, there's an intense battle for P21 among Boris O'Boris in the Koenigsegg 1-1, Junon and DJ Tachuk, who are both in B Engineering Edenis cars. The competition is heating up as they jockey for position in this tightly contested race segment. AlpIOSD has gained momentum and successfully moved up to P8, overtaking both Feds and Amy in the process. Feds and Amy have now slipped to P9 after being overtaken, but managed to reclaim their positions by overtaking Sabina 27 and Vasilok. This maneuver has pushed Sabina 27 and Vasilok down to Pen, as they also make a successful pass on Cedric. The race is becoming increasingly dynamic, as positions shift among the competitors. Astro Sniper and Paradox are currently in position 7 and 8, but N20 Nikie and Deplorable have significantly closed the gap by 2.4 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for those spots. In the mid-pack, Junon and DJ Takuk have successfully moved up to position 19, after overtaking Issy 1212. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 has also made a move, advancing to position 20 by overtaking Zizalvi Dai. The race dynamics are shifting, with multiple overtakes happening across the field. Sabina 27 and Vasilok have made impressive moves, overtaking 4 cars and securing 5th place. Mir Stonedrex and Newcomb Bockham are gaining ground on Boris O'Boris, reducing the gap by 43.1 seconds. Meanwhile, LPIOSD is steadily closing in on Kazishuk from Team S1s, cutting the distance by 3.5 seconds. Zolvedi is now in P22, after successfully overtaking Bucrenshaw. The two drivers are locked in a close battle for that position, with Zolvi piloting a Koenigsegg 1-1 and Bucrenshaw in a Ferrari 458 Italia. The competition between these two cars is fierce as they navigate the track. Naiba and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully moved up to P11, executing overtakes on Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot. The race dynamics are heating up as Naiba, Suzanne Greenberg, Okayoki 3, and Sir Ironbot engage in a close battle for that 11th position. Each car is jockeying for position, trying to gain an advantage in this tight contest. Rizaldi Atta from Team Quark Express has successfully moved up to 13, after overtaking both Andreves and Wilzofinon. The maneuver was smooth, showcasing precise control and timing. Meanwhile, positions are still shifting throughout the pack as the race evolves. Astro Sniper and Paradox have successfully overtaken Andrevoy and Wiltsofino, advancing to 15. Meanwhile, N29PA and Deplorableeple are gaining on Wazirius Guy and Maya, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. The battle for position intensifies as the race progresses. Nida and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully climbed to Penn, having overtaken Duff Dave and Air 40. Astro Sniper and Paradox have also made progress, moving up to 14 after passing Rizaldi Atta. Currently there is a close battle for 14 among Astro Sniper, Paradox, both in Gambale Migwans, and Rizaldi Atta, who is driving a Pagani Zonda R. This fight for position is intensifying as they jockey for better placement on the track. Fiery and Ipaki have now advanced to P20, successfully overtaking Zolvi from Team Own the Race. In response, the Zolvi has managed to reclaim some ground, moving up to P21 after executing an overtake on Rizaldi Ada, the Tosha Tori. The positions are shifting rapidly as the drivers jostle for better placements. Sabina 27 and Vasilok have significantly closed the gap to LSD by 2 seconds, indicating a potential overtake in the near future. Meanwhile, Fiery, Unipaki and Zazolvi are engaged in a tight battle for 20th position, showcasing some close racing tactics. In addition, Mr. Undrex and Lukembukum have successfully moved up to 24th place after overtaking Resoldi Adha, indicating a strategic move as they work their way up the grid. When Sirius, Guy and Maya have taken to the inside line, in their McLaren 675 volt, attempting to overtake Andreval and Voltsufinon in the Lamborghini Aventador. They're closely matched as they approach the final turn of the lap. Meanwhile, Fiery, Unipoki and Zazalve are engaged in a tight contest for P20. Fiery is holding the inside line, while Unipoki looks to capitalize on any mistakes made by the leaders in this trio. Both battles are providing thrilling dynamics as the cars jostle for positions, maintaining close proximity without contact. The tension is palpable as they navigate through the corners, with numerous opportunities for overtakes emerging. Captain Potato is now just 266.7 seconds behind Rosali Atta, showing impressive pace as he closes the gap. Here Petuum is also making moves, narrowing the distance to Amundsen by 2.6 seconds. In a significant shift in positions, El POSD has overtaken both Saban and Veselak, moving up to Pfauer. The dynamics in the race are shifting rapidly as these drivers push for better placements. Kazishuk is now just 3.3 seconds behind Perpetuum, showing strong pace in the chase. El POSD has made a significant move up to Pfauer, successfully overtaking both Sabine 27 and Vassila. In the mid-pack, Okeoki 3 and Sirironbot are narrowing the distance to Duff Dad and Air 40, closing in by 2.1 seconds. Koki Benenity and EU's John 7 are gaining on Feds and Amy, reducing their gap by 10.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Zizolvefi is making progress on Borisoboris, cutting down that distance by 33.2 seconds. In a notable shift, Mistomdrex and Nukembukem have also accelerated, closing in on Zizolvi by 51.9 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as the race continues to unfold. Unipoki has successfully closed the gap to Bjorkenshaw by 2:30 seconds, now sitting just behind in third place. Fiery remains in fourth, maintaining a steady pace. The top two positions are still held by the lead cars, with no significant changes in their distances. Unipoki's pursuit of Bjorkenshaw is intensifying as they exit the sharp turn. Just Zeke and Gary, no name, are now positioned in 5 after successfully overtaking Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg. Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg have dropped to 6, but have just managed to overtake Duff Dad and AR40 to reclaim their position. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and AR40 have moved up to 7, overtaking Okayoki 3 and Siraironbot. The race is showing some dynamic changes in the midfield with multiple overtakes happening rapidly. ISI 1212 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Azurius Guy and Maya down to 11.6 seconds. In the meantime, Koki Binary and Eus John 7 have successfully moved up to 16th position, overtaking both Azurius Guy and Maya. The dynamics of the race are shifting as these positions are changing rapidly. Alpio SD is currently in 4th position, significantly closing the gap on Duff Dad and AR40. The distance has been reduced by 2 seconds in the last lap. Duff Dad holds 3rd place while AR40 is just ahead in 2nd. The battle for those positions is heating up as Alpio SD maintains a consistent pace, inching closer to overtaking. Tzolvedi is now just 2.5 seconds behind Bioquinshaw, steadily closing the gap as they navigate the track. Meanwhile, the man is also making progress, reducing his distance to Mr. Ondrex and Nukambokem by 2.2 seconds. The competition is heating up as both drivers push their limits. Gates has just made a move on Amy, taking advantage of the Radical SR3's agility to slide into Penn. Sabina 27 in the Porsche 918 Spire is now closely tailing Amy, applying pressure as they enter the tight corner. Vasilok is not too far behind, looking for an opening to capitalize on any mistakes. The tension is building in this battle for Penn, with all 4 drivers showcasing their skills as they navigate through the pack. Gates maintains the lead in the fight for this position, but Sabina 27 is right on Amy's bumper, setting up for a potential overtake. Hey everyone! Big shootout to Javi for the epic raid. Onmobile dashing away. Welcome to the chaos, folks. Buckle up and enjoy the AI race madness. Let's get this party started. Party popper sparkles. Currently the man is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Mistondrex and Nukimbocum by 2/13 This could set up a potential overtake in the upcoming turns if he maintains this pace. Mistondrex and Nukimbocum are closely matched at the front, but with the man gaining, it will be interesting to see how they respond. The dynamics of the race are shifting as he continues to push forward. The man has significantly reduced the gap to Mistondrex and Nukimbocum, now trailing by just 2.5 seconds. He's clearly in pursuit mode, demonstrating better cornering speed through the last bend. Meanwhile, Mistondrex maintains a steady pace, while Nukimbocum appears to be struggling with tire wear, which could affect his performance in the upcoming laps. The dynamics are shifting as they head towards the next straight. Here Paytum has taken the lead, moving up to Pone after a successful overtake on Amundsen. Duff Dadanara 40 are now in 7 after overtaking El Piosd from Team Starline Pixels. Meanwhile, El Piosd has responded well, advancing to Pate by overtaking both Sabina 27 and Vassilov. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions continue to change. Theo Crenshaw is significantly closing the gap on Boris Oboris, reducing it by 39.7 seconds. The distance between them is shrinking rapidly as Theo Crenshaw accelerates through the curves. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack maintains their positions, but eyes are definitely on this unfolding battle for position. Bree and Sir Ironbot are gaining ground on Nyby and Suzanne Greenberg, reducing the distance by 2.2 seconds. The dynamics of the race are shifting as they prepare for a potential overtake in the upcoming corners. Meanwhile, Nyby maintains a steady pace, but will need to defend against the advancing cars. The tension is building as 3 and Sir Ironbot continue their pursuit. Target 3 is currently in a tight battle with Nyby and Suzanne Greenberg for position 4. Meanwhile, Nyby, Suzanne Greenberg, Okayoki 3, and Sir Ironbot are engaged in a competitive fight for 5th place. The man has made notable progress, moving up to position 24 after successfully overtaking Miss Stonedrex and Nukam Bokum. LPOSD is currently in 5, rapidly closing the gap to Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot, reducing the distance by 9 seconds. Hugo 3 has advanced to power after successfully overtaking both Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg. The battle for positions is heating up as LPOSD continues to gain ground on the leaders. Cedric is now in P12 after successfully overtaking both Astro Sniper and Paradox. Meanwhile, Astro Sniper and Paradox have climbed to P13 by passing Drinon and DJ Tikuch. Drinon and DJ Tachuk are now in 14 after overtaking N29 Kie and Deplorably Bull. The positions are shifting quickly as the cars battle for better placements on the track. Andre Ake and Will Safinona are making significant progress, reducing the gap to Drinon and DJ Tauchuk by 6.4 seconds. In the meantime, Duff Dad and R40 have executed a successful overtake on Hugger 3, advancing to 5. Additionally, Winzerius Guy and Maya have climbed to 15 after overtaking both N29PA and Deplorably Apple. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change. Boris has significantly reduced the gap to Zizolve, now trailing by just 2.4 seconds. Ahead of them, the leader remains unchanged, maintaining a steady pace. Meanwhile, in the midfield, there's been a tight battle as several cars jostle for position, with notable overtakes occurring between Car 3 and Car 5. The dynamic is heating up as the race progresses. Koki Benignity and Eujon 7 have advanced to P13 after successfully overtaking Serious Guy and Maya. Meanwhile, Serious Guy and Maya have responded by moving up to 13, executing an overtake on Just Jazik and Gary No Name. The race is tightening as positions shift among the competitors. Kasishuk is currently in the lead, but Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg are making significant progress, reducing the gap to 2 seconds. Just Jezek and Gary No Name have successfully moved up to 16 after overtaking Drinon and DJ Takchuk Badai. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change amidst the competitive field. Just Jezik and Gary, no name, have experienced a significant drop, now sitting in 23rd position after losing 9 spots. In contrast, Winzerius Guy and Maya have made impressive gains, climbing to 13th place by successfully overtaking N29 Kie and Deplorable Apple. Meanwhile, N29 Kie and Deplorable Apple have responded by moving up to 14th, surpassing Astro Sniper and Paradox in the process. Fiery and Unipoki are making significant gains on Astro Sniper and Paradox, reducing the distance by 2.7 seconds. As they approach, we can see them strategizing their moves. Fiery is staying close to Unipoki, potentially setting up for an overtake. Astro Sniper and Paradox will need to defend their positions carefully. Dokenshaw has made a significant move, now in P21, after successfully overtaking both Fiery and Unipoki. The positioning is tightening as the drivers jostle for better placements on the track. Just Jezik and Gary No Name have successfully moved up to P22, after executing a clean overtake on Boris Boris. They demonstrated precise timing and coordination, capitalizing on a slight misalignment from Boris. The field remains competitive as they continue to push forward. Boris is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Mustondrex and Nukambokane by 37.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Feds and Amy have advanced to 6th, after successfully overtaking Duff Dad and Air 40. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to change. Koki Beninity and Oyuz John 7 have made significant progress, closing the gap to Duff Dad and Air 40 by 52.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Cedric from Team Live for Speed is gaining on Okayoki 3 and Siraimbot, reducing the distance by 3.5 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these teams push their strategies to catch the leaders. Feds and Amy have advanced to power after successfully overtaking Sebina 27 and Vasilok. However, Sebina 27 and Vasilok are not far behind, reducing the gap to Feds and Amy by 2.7 seconds. The competition remains tight as they all approach the next turn. Nida and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully moved up to 5, executing a clean overtake on El Payo SD. Meanwhile, El Payo SD is attempting to close the gap, now trailing by 7.2 seconds. The dynamics in the midfield are intensifying as positions shift. Maya has successfully moved up to P11, overtaking Cedric Dot. The maneuver was clean and decisive, showcasing Maya's skill in navigating the tight corner. Meanwhile, Sirius Guy remains in P12, closely trailing behind Cedric. The battle for position continues as they approach the next turn. Gibetum currently holds the lead in Pone after overtaking Amin Sundot. Koki Beninity and EU John 7 are rapidly closing in on Astro Sniper and Paradox, narrowing the gap by 14 free seconds. Meanwhile, Astro Sniper and Paradox have surged ahead to 14, successfully overtaking both Koki Beninity and EU John 7. The race dynamics are shifting significantly as positions continue to change. Boris O'Boris has successfully advanced to P23, executing a clean overtake on both Mast and Drex and New Cambokum in quick succession. The maneuver shows impressive control and timing as he navigates the track. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack continues to jockey for position further up the field, with no other major changes reported in the top 20 at this moment. Hey, someone. Welcome back to the track. Buckle up, it's gonna be a wild ride. Racing car dashing away. Fire is gaining on ISI 1212, narrowing the gap to 2.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Boris O'Boris is also making moves, reducing the distance to just Jasic and Gary No Name by 2.8 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as both Fiery and Boris O'Boris apply pressure on their respective targets. Fiery is currently gaining on ISI 1212, reducing the distance between them by 2.1 seconds. Meanwhile, the man is also making progress, closing the gap to Mastondrex and New Cambokum by 2 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as both drivers increase their pace. Cedric is currently in the lead, but Junon and DJ Tachuk are making significant headway, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. The pressure is building as they approach the next turn. It will be interesting to see if they can maintain this pace and potentially overtake Cedric. Welcome back, Komodo 3. Drag an automobile ready to watch some AI cars zoom by. Let's see how they take those turns, hopefully not like my driving in Mario Kart. Winning face, with smiling eyes. Haha, I know, right? Those blue flags are waving like they're at a parade. It's time to let those faster cars through, Kazishuk. Maybe they need a little reminder. Feds is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Kazashuk from Team S once by 2.5 seconds. Ilkrenshaw has successfully moved into P19, after overtaking both Jazik and Gary No Name. Meanwhile, Jazik and Gary No Name have responded by advancing to P20, overtaking Zazal, C, D20. 4. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. Boris is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Zazolvifi by 13.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Fireen and Unipaki are also gaining on Bucrenshaw, decreasing their separation by 2.4 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as Boris continues to close in on Zazolvi from Team Only Race Part Pro. Naib and Suzanne Greenberg are gaining on Feds, reducing the gap to 2.6 seconds. This is a significant acceleration from their previous lap times. Meanwhile, Feds appears to be struggling with tire wear, allowing Naib and Suzanne to capitalize on their speed. The dynamics between these three are intensifying as they head into the next corner. Fiery and Unipoppy have advanced to position 20 after successfully overtaking Zazolvi. In response, Zazolvi from Team Only Race App 5 Pro has made an overtaking maneuver on Bucrenshaw, moving up to position 21. The battle for positions continues to heat up as the race progresses. Boris has significantly reduced the gap to Bucrenshaw by 5.1 seconds. The competition is heating up as Boris continues to gain on Bucrenshaw, who maintains a steady pace ahead. The next few moments will be crucial for Boris if he aims to make an overtake. Meanwhile, other competitors are maintaining their positions, watching closely as this battle unfolds. The man has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Mistondrex and Lukenboken by 45.6 seconds. This positions him closely behind both opponents, setting up a potential overtaking opportunity in the upcoming segments of the track. Mistondrex and Lukenboken are currently maintaining their positions, but with the man's increasing speed, this could change rapidly. The dynamics are intensifying as they head into the next turn. Issy 1212 from Team No Name. Rayname Racing is currently in 4th position, gaining on both Andrevate in 3rd and Wiltsafinon in 2nd. The gap has decreased by 2.5 seconds, indicating a strong performance, as Issy 1212 applies pressure on the cars ahead. Meanwhile, the leader remains steady, maintaining a solid pace. The dynamics of the race are tightening as Issy 1212 looks to make an overtaking move soon. Monodam is forward Rao, I'm down to utility. Mogno Ziu. Alpio SD has successfully moved into 5, executing a clean overtake on Nyby and Suzanne Greenberg. Meanwhile, Boris has made progress to P22 after overtaking Buchenschel. The race continues to see some competitive positioning as drivers make their moves. Deplorably, Apple is maintaining a strong pace, rapidly closing in on Duffdad and Air 40, now trailing by just 552.4 seconds. El Payo SD is also gaining on Rosirius Guy and Maya, with the gap shrinking to 567.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 is making a notable move, reducing the distance to El Payo SD by 30.7 seconds. The race dynamics are tightening as these gaps continue to close. Feds is making significant progress, now only 2.4 seconds behind Amundsen as they approach the next turn. The battle for 5th place is heating up, with Hugget Free, Nibia and Suzanne Greenberg all jostling for position. In the midfield, Astro Sniper and Paradox, both in Gambala MiG Orleans, are vying closely with Koki Binimity and Oyus John 7 in their McLaren 675 up for a 13th place. The dynamic between these pairs is intense, with frequent attempts to overtake. Astro Sniper and Paradox are pushing hard, while Koki Binimity and Oyus John 7 are defending their line aggressively. The race remains tight across multiple positions as we move deeper into this competitive event. Kazashok has reduced the gap to Perpetuum by 2.5 seconds, putting pressure on the leader. Duff Dad and Air 40 are also making significant strides, closing in on Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg by 3.4 seconds. In a notable move, Astro Sniper and Paradox have advanced to P12, successfully overtaking both Jernon and DJ Tarchuk. Dogshot Dog Chard Cut. Kevstonsen Jointak. Kiltoli the Mingor Sebjuanat. Duff Dad and Air 40 have reduced the gap to Feds and Amy by 5 seconds, showcasing impressive speed. Hugot 3 has made a notable move into Pfauer, successfully overtaking both Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg. Meanwhile, Naibe and Suzanne Greenberg have regained momentum, advancing to 5 after overtaking Sabina 27 and Vasilok. The dynamics continue to shift as positions change rapidly. Mistandrex and Nukembukem are rapidly closing in on Zazolvate, reducing the gap by 45.2 seconds. Sidrek has made a notable move up to Pen, successfully overtaking both Astro Sniper and Paradox. Meanwhile, Astro Sniper and Paradox have also advanced, moving up to Palives, after overtaking N29KA and Deplorable Eagle. The positions are shifting significantly as the race progresses. Duff Dad, Air 40, and Kayoki 3 are currently engaged in a tight battle for 8th position. N29TA and Deplorably Pool have successfully advanced to 14th place after overtaking LIOSD. Meanwhile, LPIOSD has reclaimed some ground, moving up to 15th by overtaking both Junon and DJ Kutcher. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions continue to change. Ms. Stonedrex and Nukembukem have made significant progress, reducing the gap to Borisoboris by 42.1 seconds. They are gaining momentum as they strategize for an overtaking opportunity. The dynamics of the race are shifting as they close in on the leader. LPIOSD is now just 1.8 seconds behind N29KA and Deplorably Pool, demonstrating impressive speed through the corners. Meanwhile, N29KA has made a slight mistake at the hairpin, allowing LPIOSD to gain another half second. The gap is now down to 1.3 seconds. Deplorably Pool is holding firm in second, but is feeling pressure from LPIOSD. The top three are now tightly packed, with only 0.5 seconds separating El Pio from N29 Piat. Overtaking opportunities are becoming more frequent as they head into the next straight. The dynamics are shifting rapidly, and it will be interesting to see if El Pio can make a move. Pivot 3 is now just 3.6 seconds behind Amundsen, steadily closing the gap. Astro Sniper and Paradox have successfully moved up to Pen after overtaking Seidrit. Meanwhile, Zizol is also making strides, reducing the distance to both Fiery and Unapaki by 3.9 seconds. Winzerius Guy and Maya are currently holding their positions, but N29 Pierre and Deplorable People are gaining ground, reducing the gap by 11.6 seconds. In another part of the track, Andra Vague and Wilt Sofinone are making significant progress on Just Jazik and Gary No Name, with a gap reduction of 42.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Air 40 have advanced to 6 after successfully overtaking Feds and Amy. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers push to improve their standings. Katashuk has decreased the gap to Perpetuum by 2.2 seconds, showing strong pace as they chase. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 and Sarironbot are also gaining on Feds and Amy, cutting their distance by 2.2 seconds. In the mix, Sabini 27 and Vasilog are closing in on Okayoki 3 and Sarironbot, reducing the gap by 4.2 seconds. The dynamics are tightening up as the pack gets closer together. Feds and Amy in the Radical SR3 is currently battling for Seven with Okayoki 3 and Sarironbot, who are both driving the Pagani Zonda R. Cydric has successfully moved into Pen after overtaking Kokibanity and John 7. Meanwhile, Kokibanity and John 7 have shifted up to Pelivan by getting past Astro Sniper and Paradox. The race dynamics are tightening as positions continue to change. Amelia-san has now taken the lead, moving into Pone after successfully overtaking Perpetuum. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Vasilov are gaining ground on Feds and Amy, narrowing the gap by 2.6 seconds. On another note, Ision 12 and 212 is also closing in on Junon and DJ Tachuk, reducing their distance by 2.2 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push for better positions. Hugert 3 said, "Hey Amy, why is there a car dominating the race?" Hey Hugert 3. It looks like the Pagani Zonda R is really showing off its skills out there. Maybe it's all that extra practice time, or just a case of some serious driver luck. Berling Gontifo laughing, who knows, but they're definitely making it look easy. Hugert 3 is continuing to close the gap on Kazishuk, now just 2.4 seconds behind as they push through the straightaway. Alpine OSD has made a notable advancement, moving into P12 after successfully overtaking both Astro Sniper and Paradox in a strong maneuver. Meanwhile, Jokrenshaw has also improved his position, now sitting in P21, after getting past the Zolvita Dial. The race is heating up with these strategic moves. Nyba and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully moved up to P4 after overtaking Hug 3. Meanwhile, Zizolvi is making significant progress, closing in on Boris Oboris with a gap reduction of 2.1 seconds. Feds and Amy have successfully moved into 4th place after overtaking Hugert 3. However, Hugert 3 is rapidly closing the gap, and now trails by only 39.8 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as Hugert 3 continues to gain momentum on the leaders. Okiyoki 3 and Sir Ironbot are making significant progress, closing the gap to Duff Dad and Air 40 by 592.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Zizolvivi has successfully moved up to P22, after overtaking Boris Oboris. The race dynamics are shifting, as the drivers push for better positions. Zydrek is making significant progress, closing the gap on Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot by 579.3 seconds. The positioning indicates a strong potential for an overtaking maneuver if Zydrek maintains this pace. Currently, Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot are holding their ground, but with Zydrek's acceleration, a shift in leaderboard positions could happen soon. No other major changes in the dynamics as the race continues. Amenzon is now 2.2 seconds behind Kazishuk, showing increased pace as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, Fiery continues to make up ground on Biokrenshaw, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. Both Amenzon and Fiery are gaining momentum, setting up potentially exciting, overtaking opportunities in the upcoming laps. Boris is now just 2.5 seconds behind Mistondrex and Nukembakken, showcasing impressive pace as he reduces the gap. Meanwhile, Mistondrex and Nukembakken are holding their positions but will need to defend against the advancing Boris. The dynamics are shifting as we approach the next corner. Fire and Inipoki have significantly reduced the gap to Byokunsho, now just 3 seconds behind. They are maintaining a consistent pace, showing strong acceleration out of the corners. Byokunsho appears to be struggling with tire wear, which could allow Fire and Inipoki to capitalize soon. The dynamics in the top 3 are shifting as they approach the next turn. Sabine 27 and Vasilok have made significant progress, closing the gap to Feds and Amy by 5.1 seconds. They are now right on their tail. Meanwhile, Mistondrex and Nukembakken have successfully moved up to position 22 after overtaking Byokunsho. The race is tightening up as we see these strategic moves unfold. N29 Kia and Deplorable have advanced to P13, successfully overtaking Wuzirius Guy and Maya. Meanwhile, Wuzirius Guy and Maya have countered by moving up to 13 after passing Janone and DJ Chapchuk. Linon and DJ Takachuk are not far behind, now in 15 after overtaking LASD from Team Starline Pixels. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. ISI 1212 is gaining on El Pio SD, now just 42.6 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Mistondrex and Nukembakken are closing in on Zazolvi, reducing their gap by 32.7 seconds. Additionally, Amundsen is steadily catching Kazishuk, with the distance shrinking to 2.6 seconds. Hey Bobardo. Party Popper, welcome back, Speedster. Ready to rev those engines and watch some AI shenanigans? Let's go. Racing car dashing away. Sabine 27 and Vasilok are gaining on Feds and Amy, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Sabine 27 is currently in 5th position, while Vasilok is in 6th, both drivers applying pressure. Gates holds 4th place, with Amy in 3rd. The race dynamics are tightening as they approach the final laps. The AI-driven cars continue to adjust their positions as the race progresses. Currently, the man is rapidly closing in on Mistondrex and Nukembokum, reducing the gap by 44.8 seconds. In a notable shift, Sabine 27 and Vasilok have moved up to 6, overtaking both Feds and Amy, who now find themselves engaged in a tight battle for that position. Sabine 27 and Vasilok are driving the Porsche 900 Entiada, while Feds and Amy are in the Radical SR3, resulting in an intriguing dynamic as they jostle for control of 6. The competition remains fierce as the race unfolds. Naiba and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully reduced the gap to Huggett 3 by 2.7 seconds, showcasing strong pace. Duff Dad and Air 40 are also closing in on Feds and Amy, cutting down a 3.8-second deficit. Meanwhile, André and Wilt Sufino are reeling in just Jezik and Gary No Name, narrowing the gap by 3.1 seconds. The race is intensifying with these shifts in position. Zolvede from Team Only Race Spa Pro has successfully moved up to position 21 after an overtake on Bucrenshaw. This shift places Bucrenshaw in position 22. However, Bucrenshaw managed to regain some ground by overtaking Boris O'Boris, moving back into position 22. The race continues to see dynamic changes in positioning as the cars jostle for better placements. Mistondrex and Nukembokum are currently gaining on Boris O'Boris, reducing the gap by 43.4 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as they continue to close in on him. The tension is building as they approach the next turn, which could set the stage for a potential overtake. Aminison has narrowed the gap to Perpetuum, now just 3.2 seconds behind. The AI car's performance is picking up as it approaches the final turn. In the meantime, Quasar has taken advantage of an opening and overtaken Pylon, moving into 5th place. The top 3 remain unchanged with no significant shifts in their positions yet. All eyes are on Aminison as they continue to gain on Perpetuum. Feds and Amy have successfully moved into 6 after overtaking both 7 and 27 and Vasilok. Meanwhile, Woon-Sirius Guy and Maya have gained ground into P13, surpassing N29 PA and Deplorable Evil. The battle for P10 intensifies as Woon-Sirius Guy and Maya, in their McLaren 675 volt, square off against N29 Aki and Deplorable Apple, who are driving the Brabham BT62. The positioning is tight, and a close race is unfolding. Duff Dad and Air 40 continue to hold a solid position at the front, but Sabini 27 and Vasiluk are rapidly closing in, reducing the gap by 15.7 seconds. Okayoki 3 and Sir Ironbot are also making strides, but they currently trail Sabina 27 and Vasiluk by 45.1 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as the leading group maintains pressure while the chasing cars push hard for an overtake opportunity. Deplorable Apple has advanced to P11, successfully overtaking Sidrit. Brinon and DJ Takshuk have both gained positions, moving up to P13 after passing Alpios D. Meanwhile, Alpios D is back on the move, now in 14 after overtaking Koki Benignity and Hughes John 7. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. Wazirius Guy and Maya are currently holding on to the top positions, but just Jazik and Gary No Name are gaining ground, reducing their gap to 44.9 seconds. In a notable move, Naibi and Suzanne Greenberg have advanced to 5 after successfully overtaking Feds and Amy. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Air 40 are closing in on Feds and Amy, decreasing the gap by 2.1 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as the race continues to unfold. Cedric is now in P11 after successfully overtaking Alpios D. Alpios D has also made a move, now in P12, having passed both Dranon and DJ Tachikut. In a strong showing, Kokibai Neni and EU John 7 have moved up to 14, overtaking N29 Kia and Deplorable Apple. Positions are shifting as the race progresses. Jazik and Gary No Name have made significant progress, now just 7.9 seconds behind Renon and DJ Titucha. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Vasiluk are narrowing the distance to Duff Dad and Air 40 by 2.8 seconds. Koki Beninity and Hughes John 7 are also closing in on Alpios D, reducing their gap by 2.1 seconds. The competition is tightening up as we move forward in the race. Woohoo! Big shout out to Perpetuum for those 100 bits. You rock. Now let's see if our AI racers can keep up with that level of excellence. Checkered Flag Party, Popper.